Hi, I'm Jonathan Edwards, Media Communications Specialist with Nash County, and today we're coming to you live from the Spring Hope Pumpkin Festival. On today's show, we'll see just what's in Nash County's waterways. We're going to take a road trip with the county commissioners to Durham, and we'll see ways that the Sheriff's Office is helping our citizens stay safe. And stick around to the end, or you might miss a special appearance by Tina Turner herself. You're watching Nash County Now.
So today we're on the Stony Creek here in Nashville, and we're taking a look at some of the obstructions that we found in the creek. A couple weeks ago we had a team in here that conducted some assessments on the Stony Creek because we felt like there were some impediments in the water, and we wanted to identify what those impediments may be that could be assisting with the flooding that we get from heavy rains and tropical storms and things like that. So today we're down here on the creek and actually taking a look at some of these impediments to see maybe how we can clean this out and what type of actions or steps we need to take next on the Stony Creek. Over the course of years, I guess since 1999 when Hurricane Floyd came through, we had some devastation with flooding, and shortly after that there was a grant where a team came in and actually cleaned up a lot of our waterways. But since '99, we have identified some areas that don't typically flood, but we are encountering flooding in those situations or in those areas now. The team that came in worked for us for a week. It was a joint effort between Nash County Emergency Management and the City of Rocky Mount Fire Department and the City of Rocky Mount. We met with the team several months in advance. It was an exercise for them, but it also helped us in identifying these impediments. So they measured, they GPS'd, and they also photographed tree debris, construction debris, things like that that were actually found in the creek, sediment buildup. They photographed over 600 different points along the Stony Creek and also the Tar River. The Stony Creek appeared to be probably in the worst shape of the two water sources that we actually floated. We used canoes from the City of Rocky Mount Parks and Recs. They floated both Stony Creek and Tar River. And again, Stony Creek was probably in the worst shape just because of some of the narrow waterway that's on the Stony Creek. But there was about a little over 600 points that they identified. And some of these could have been multiple sites where there was tree debris, there could have been construction debris, so they treated those as separate points and were GPS'd accordingly and photographed and documented.
Over here is an example of some debris that was found in the observation. It can be or is already causing an obstruction to Stony Creek. Things like this lead to backup and flooding around the area, so it's important that we keep an eye out and make sure that the obstructions kind of stay out of the waterways. So this is an example of a natural debris that can cause an obstruction. This is something that property owners could look out for to help the county kind of keep Stony Creek from being obstructed. It can cause flooding and be the reason for the flooding here recently.
Now that we have identified these sources of impediments in the waterway, we wanted to do an education to the general public that if you own property along the waterway, along Stony Creek, is there something that you might can do in helping eliminate potential future flooding events by maybe cleaning out some of the debris that might be on your property or close to your property. We're looking at other funding sources, maybe grant opportunities, to see if there are grants out there that might can assist us with hiring a contractor or someone to come in and actually go down the creeks and clear these debris sites out. Doing the legwork that the team did, I think that would help us in grant opportunities in the future. As far as we've already performed site assessments and done an assessment of the creek and identify where those GPS locations are, and as those sites get cleaned out, then we can go back in and take those points off the map. So if the general public can help us, if they own property along the creek, if they are able and capable of removing some of the material themselves, then that would help us out greatly. And I think it would also help with the flow of water during heavy rainfalls in the future. Any ditches, any other waterways that may be on or adjacent to your property, certainly any type of assistance that the general public can do to keep those waterways clean and flowing freely would certainly help their neighbor, people downstream in the future in the event we do have additional rainfalls and heavy flooding. Anything that we can do to keep the storm drains and the creeks flowing like they're designed to do will help us all in the future. If you'd like additional information on how you can help, you can contact the Emergency Services Office at 252-459-9805.
Coming up next, the county commissioners head to Durham.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Heard about the scarecrow who won an award? He was outstanding in his field.
Here in Nash County, we elect 7 county commissioners to help shape policy and set goals for the benefit of our citizens. Well, once a year, they meet with commissioners from all over the state at the NCACC conference.
We're actually in Durham, North Carolina for the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners. In Nash County, we have 7 county commissioners, and we are a part of this organization, and all 100 counties have representation from their county boards on the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners. It's a large lobbying group, and we do effectively try to lobby our legislators to let them know what issues are important.
It's been a real good conference. I think the thing about being on the board and even being a member of this is the expertise that you get from other counties, and you see things that they're doing that can save you money, but also you can share the things you're doing to save them, and it makes us all come together as one big group.
It's a good learning process, and I think it encourages our commissioners and other leading officials to learn and grow and make our county stronger.
You get to see commissioners from throughout the state. It's very important to compare your issues and your successes with other commissioners in similar counties as well as different counties. I really enjoy the seminars. They do a real good job of having about 3 during each block, and you get to pick what subject matter you're most interested in. Even at the age I am, I still like to learn, and this is a good way to do it.
The conference this year, we are focusing in on the opioid issue there, where people are overdosing painkillers. I picked up some ideas of what others are doing, and I also shared some of what's going on in Nash County as it relates to that.
This academy is a 120-hour certificate program taught through Nash Community College utilizing Nash County 911 employees.
Each year, there's an awards program to recognize departments in the county or the county as a whole for coming up with innovative ideas that can save the taxpayers some money and at the same time serve the constituents well.
And we're so proud to be from Nash County with the awards we got today.
But I know we have never received 2 awards in 1 year, and both of these are great awards, and they're centered around things that we are doing for our citizens in Nash County.
One of them is the 9/11 Emergency Dispatch Academy Award, and another one is the Community Paramedics situation that we instituted in Nash County. They're both excellent programs. We've got a great EMS department in Nash County. We've got great people, and we're proud of them, and it's my honor to be here today to be a part of this presentation.
And that's the thing reinforcing my idea for wanting to come to these, because you learn things from what other people do in other counties. And I think today we were probably a highlight to some of the people here on what they were able to learn. They may be able to carry back to their counties.
The part that said we are family in Nash County with Extension. So I think that is a hallmark to this partnership, and we thank you, Nash County, and we congratulate you on being a winner this year.
When we return, we'll get personal safety tips from the Nash County Sheriff's Office.
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
Because I love you.
Because I love you.
Because I love you.
Because I love you. This number? Delete.
You were walking with Mark?
You should know how dumb that makes me look. I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Why do you have texts from him? Because I love you. This Jason number?
Delete.
And Ben?
Delete.
Because I love you, I should smash your phone.
You got lucky. Because I love you. That's not love.
Well, you might have heard recently that the Nash County Sheriff's Office is meeting with groups of citizens to talk about personal safety.
You really need to be mindful about what's around you. Always park in well-lit parking lots, park under the lights, so you can see.
The Sheriff's Office takes a lot of reports, and a lot of the reports and the crimes that are being committed in Nash County are preventable crimes. So knowledge is the key, knowledge is power, and that's what we're trying to do, is pass on the knowledge on how not to become a victim. Chief Medina got with the Senior Citizen Center in Nashville, and they have a meeting here every Monday and Thursday, and we came down and said, you know, we'd like to do a presentation on how not to become a victim and pass out some information that they can use and take home with them.
Oh, the presentation was very informative. I think that we all can take something from it. People are just different, you know, people are just different nowadays, and our seniors, we have a sense of safety living out in the county, but I think it's good that we're all informed wherever we are about things that happen.
The days of leaving your car unlocked with the keys in the visor, or in front of the carpet, underneath the carpet, or leaving your front door locked, and we'll talk about your residents in a second. Those days are gone. The days of having the quote-unquote country living and trusting everyone, you know, you can't do that anymore.
The biggest things that we see in Nash County are car break-ins, house break-ins, and types of fraud. Always lock your car doors, hide your valuables. Thieves are looking for cars that are unlocked. They're looking for change, small electronics, firearms, stuff like that. We went over some information on how not to become a victim in your house. Record your serial numbers to your television, small electronics, gaming systems. Take pictures of your items, so it's a very good description of the items that are potentially stolen. And also take pictures of them and email them to yourself so you have a record, so that if somebody comes in your house, they can't take those pictures with them, but you always have them on file and you always have them with them if you email yourself. And like I said, they're all preventable crimes. What we're trying to do is educate the citizens on how not to become a victim, and just basically general things that they can do to keep themselves more safe.
Well, I think that's great that the Sheriff Department has initiated a program that would educate the citizens and to keep us informed about being safe.
If you're interested in having this presentation in your community, you can contact the Sheriff's Office and we'll get some information to you.
Well, that does it for this episode of Nash County Now. We'll leave you with scenes from the Nash County Senior Center's Volunteer Appreciation Party.
Every now and then I think you might like to hear something nice and easy. But you see, there's one thing. We never ever do nothing nice and easy. We always do it nice and rough. But I'm gonna take the first part of this song and do it easy. But then I'm gonna finish it rough. That's the way we do Proud Men. And we're rolling, rolling.